And hi everybody, welcome back to our weekly live stream. My name is Alicia, and this week we're going to talk about how to talk about your job in English. This is going to be a good lesson for beginners. In this lesson, I'm going to talk about a couple patterns you can use to give your title, your job title. I'm going to talk about how to explain your responsibilities very simply, and I'm going to talk about a couple expressions you can use to explain your opinion about your job and to talk about your goals with your job. So we're going to begin in just a couple minutes. We'll give everyone a chance to join our live lesson. As you join, please don't forget to send a comment in the chat. Don't forget to like and share the video as well too. Also, as always, we have free stuff for everyone this week. Our free PDF lessons. You can download these from the link below the video on YouTube or above the video on Facebook. So please check those out. You can download many different topics, many different things to study. Great, I see many people on the YouTube chat. Hi everybody, Esayas and Will Veste, Maud, Sushio, Rosa, Knock, Mohai, Bill, it's going very fast, sorry, Billy, Paolo, Ashis, Annie, Daff, so pretty. Hi everybody, there are a lot of names there. Thank you very much for coming. Hi everybody. And Facebook is up too. Hello on Facebook, Reza, Cruz, Michael, Aksoy, hello, Shell, L. So many people, fantastic, great. Thank you for sending your messages. So today in the chat, because today's lesson is really good, I think, for beginning students, for beginning learners, please try to send some example sentences in the chat. So send your job title, or if you're a student, the topic of your studies, and try sending your responsibilities too in the chat today. So we're going to start in a couple minutes. As we wait for others to join, one quick kind of cross-cultural announcement this week. I shared a photo on Instagram, Twitter, and everything. If you are interested, there's some big news from Japan this week that I had the pleasure of talking about on our Japanese channel. This is in English, yes, this is in English, but I spoke a little bit of my second language, Japanese. So if you are interested and want to practice your English and study another language, please check out this video about Japan's new era. You can find this on the Japanese Pod 101 YouTube channel if you are interested. This was a lot of fun to do, a lot of fun to make. So please check that out if you're interested in learning a little bit about Japan and Japan's big news this week. Okay, great. I see there are many people now. Fantastic. If you are just joining, today's topic is how to talk about your job. So we're going to fill in a lot of examples on the board today with, I hope, your information. So please don't forget to like and share the video as you join us. I think everything's ready, so I'm going to share the video and then I'm going to begin the lesson. All right, so the first thing I want to talk about today is a couple of patterns that you can use to explain your job title, to give people your job title. So when I say job title, that means, for example, like in my case, teacher, or like engineer, or plumber, so on. The name of your job title. So first I want to talk about how to give your job title and maybe a little bit of your responsibilities here. So please send this in the chat. So this is for chat, your point, or in the comment section if you're not watching this live. So send a comment with this information. So answer this question in the comments. What is your job title? What is your job title? So the most basic pattern we can use to answer this question is I'm a or I'm an plus your title. So in my example sentence, I said I'm a teacher. I'm a teacher. Please remember this and an, these are important words. If your job title begins with a vowel sound, so A, E, I, O, U, those sounds, please use an, as in I'm an engineer. So engineer begins with a vowel sound. I'm an engineer. If your job title does not begin with a vowel sound, use a. And there's no difference if you say or a. In most cases, we say in quick everyday speech. So, I'm a teacher. Great, lots of examples in the chat I see. Omar says, I'm a student. Good. Hassan says, I'm a clerk. Great. Tahar says, I'm an engineer. Eduardo, I'm an IT support agent. I'm an IT support agent. Great. Irwan says, I am a geologist. Cool. Pamela says, I'm a copywriter. Fantastic. I'm a mathematician. I'm an automation engineer. I'm a salesperson. I'm a student. I'm a graphic designer. Great. I'm a private English teacher. Cool. I'm an artist, a painter. Cool. So many on Facebook. I'm an IT consultant or engineer. Great. I'm a health and safety supervisor. Nice. I'm an industrial engineer. Good. I'm still finding a new job. Oh, great one. Great one. I'm still finding a new job. Let's add that to our list. Someone on Facebook, I can't find your name. Thank you for that. I'm still, if you don't have a job, but you are searching for a job, you can say, I'm looking for a job. I'm looking for a job. So I think the example in the Facebook chat, someone wrote like, I'm searching for a job or something like that. So searching is okay, but in most cases when we're like just chatting casually with our friends, we'll use I'm looking for a job. I'm looking for a job. Can I move the mic just a little bit? It's kind of in the way of the chat. Sorry if you hear a noise, everybody. Okay, good. Okay, so great, lots of examples. So I'm looking for a job. Fantastic. Okay, I'm a math teacher. Someone says, I have an umbrella. Okay, different information. Great, very nice examples, everybody. Very nice examples. Okay, so let's take this. Now let's think about how we can make this a little bit more descriptive. So that means how do we give more information about this? So this is the basic way to give your title. Now, what if you want to share your title and your company at the same time? You don't have to give your company in the chat. You can use ABC Company or XYZ Company. That's okay. But to give your job title and your company in the same expression, in the same sentence, this part is the same. I'm a or I'm an plus your job title. We use the preposition at, and then your company name. So for example, I'm a teacher at EnglishClass101.com. Or I'm an engineer at Apple or at Google, and so on. So this is a way to give the name of your company. I recommend this pattern. This pattern is good if your company is famous, if your company is well known. So let's talk about that. If your company is well known, hard to see, well known, this is WELL-KNOWN, well known. What's the difference between well known and famous? Famous is something that's like known, everybody in the world knows about it. Beyonce is famous. Barack Obama is famous. Everybody knows those things. Maybe though, in your city or your country, many people know about it, but outside your country, not a lot of people know. Maybe a better word is well known, well known. So if your company is well known, this is a good one to use. Some examples are coming in. Great. I'm a support sales engineer at Pronto Forms. Great. I'm a flight, don't forget your articles here, everybody. Yeah, I'm a or I'm an. I'm a flight attendant at Garuda. Nice. I'm a good soccer player. Okay, good. Next one. Is that a job title? I don't know. I'm a freelance graphic designer. I'm a salesman at TTL. Great. So don't forget this preposition, at. I'm a student at Madrasa. Great. Good point there. The person who said the student pattern. If you want to express your university, the place where you're studying, you can use the same pattern, just as the person on Facebook did. Sorry, I didn't catch your name. But use university name, your university name in this pattern. I'm a student at ABC University. I'm a student at UTokyo. So you can use a university or a company here. I'm a student at English 101. Nice, very nice. I am a recruiter at a home care company. Bianca on YouTube, great segue. Segue means transition. Segue means transition. S-E-G-U-E, segue. The next one here is this one. This next pattern is good if your company is not well known. Your company is not well known, but the industry is well known. So the industry means like that world of work. So for example, like the IT industry or the education industry, the medical industry. So it's like the category of work. That's the industry of work. So if you work for a company or if you study at a university that's not so well known, you can use this pattern. So this pattern is different from this pattern because this part is the same. You give your title, but here at an or at again, industry name plus company. So for example, if I want to explain my job at my company, but it's not such a famous, it's not a well-known company, I could say, I'm a teacher at an education company. I'm a teacher at an education company. So education is the industry. That's the category for my work, education. Then I use company. So it's like, it's not such a famous company. I can use this pattern to express that. So try to send along an example with your industry, If you are a student, you could say, I'm a student at a medical university, if you want. I'm a student at an IT university, if your university is specialized. If you go to a regular university, just use this pattern. I'm a student at ABC University. That sounds much more natural. Okay, other examples. Angel, hey Angel, I'm studying for a master's degree at IPN University. Great point. If you are a student and you want to explain your goal, your degree, your bachelor's degree, your master's degree, use this pattern. I'm studying for a master's, in your case, a master's degree. I'm studying for. So my key point here is this preposition. I'm studying for. For shows us the purpose of your study. I'm studying for a master's degree, or I'm studying for, you might also hear, my master's degree. So please use I'm studying for to explain that. Some good examples coming in on Facebook. I'm a manager at Lamborghini, at a Lamborghini company. So in that case, Lamborghini is the name, that's the brand. So it's not an industry. Lamborghini is part of the automobile industry. So I'm an engineer at an automobile company, or I'm an engineer at Lamborghini. So those are both okay, but Lamborghini is very famous, so you can probably use this pattern. Okay, others. I am a salesman at an alcohol and tobacco company. Perfect, very nice. I'm a statistician at a political company. Interesting, okay. I'm a teacher at Kabuk University. Great. I'm a student at Hong Duc University in Vietnam. I'm a student at UNAM. Great. Excellent. Very nice examples, everybody. Okay, I have to continue on to the next part, though. So this is how to give your title, and to explain a little bit here about your responsibilities. So maybe we can guess from your company or from your industry, maybe what it is you do. Great, nice beginning. So in part 2, I'm going to give lots of examples for like detailed ways to talk about your duties, your responsibilities at work or at school. Let's take a break though for now. This week, as always, free stuff for everybody watching, live or not live. Are we using this camera today? Cool. So I wanted to introduce this PDF. We have free PDFs for you this week. You can find them from the link below the video on YouTube or above the video on Facebook. There are many. There are lots and lots and lots of these. I can't pick them all up. There are lots, but I want to show you this one. This one is the Business English PDF. So I've got here, this is like a vocabulary words in the office, but my favorite part is this on the back, phrases for a business meeting. So here, this is a situation where you might need to explain your job title and to explain your company, like introduce your company rather. So if you are studying English to improve your English for work, for your career, you might check out this PDF. This is the Business English PDF that you can find from the link below the video on YouTube or above the video on Facebook. Also, on this, I didn't show it, I'll show it later. There's a list of job titles here, and these are really like kind of corporate job titles. So corporate means like those big companies where there are many levels of workers. So I'll show this a little bit later, the job title section. But if you are interested in this or in any of our other topics, please make sure to check the link below the video on YouTube or above the video on Facebook. Okay, let's continue on. If you're just joining today's live lesson, we are talking about how to talk about your job. How to talk about your job. In part 1, we talked about giving your title and explaining a little bit about your company and a bit about your responsibilities. Now, let's talk about how to give details about your work. So, I have two very simple, very basic patterns here. So, I want to write lots of examples from your examples today. So, let's look at the first pattern. The first pattern here is I plus verb. I plus verb plus some other information. So, for example, in my job here, my verb I can use is teach. I teach English on the internet. So this is my responsibility. This is my responsibility today. I teach English on the internet. So here, my verb is teach. I teach English. I teach English? Fine. I teach English is fine. Here I've used a prepositional phrase on the internet to give a little bit more information. So in my case, there's a verb that matches my responsibilities. Teach. I'm a teacher. I teach English. Great. Let's look at one more example. I think many people said they were like engineer or IT. So let's use that. For example, I program what? Apps, I program systems, I program something. So if you are a programmer, you can use the verb program. I program apps. I program, maybe, is that a thing? I program apps, or I program systems. I program whatever it is you program. So if you have a verb that matches your job title, use that verb. So I teach, or I program, or I cook, or I clean houses. So in the chat, send along what if you have a verb that matches your job title, try to make a sentence explaining your responsibilities. Someone said, I teach English at university. Perfect, exactly, same as me. So same verb, I teach English, prepositional phrase, at university. Very nice, okay. Others. I program web applications. Very nice. Okay, there's an actual example. I program web applications. Very nice, okay. I'm in charge of a production line. Nice one, Angel. I'm in charge of something. If you want to explain that you're like the top of a project or the top of something, you can say, I'm in charge of. I'll put that up here. I'm in charge of noun phrase. Noun phrase. I'm in charge of a production line. I'm in charge of a weekly live stream. He's in charge of the control desk, and so on. He's waving. You can't see him. Okay, so other examples. I explore natural resources. Very cool. Asako, hey, I sell beer and spirits. Very nice. Okay. I stay at home only, says someone. I work as a teacher. Cool. Okay. I work in a rent-a-car office. So when you give your job, when you explain your verb, simple present tense verb. So no ing form here. No ing form here. I just saw your comment. I'm not going to read that. I promote products to my customers. Fantastic. I manage people in public work. Interesting. Okay, many interesting job things going on here. I listen to you carefully. Is that your job? That's funny. Okay. I program microcontrollers in C++. Very cool. We have lots of IT people in our chat today. Very cool. Okay. So if you do not have a verb that matches your work, so you have something very specific or you're just not sure, you can use this pattern. I do plus a noun phrase. I do plus a noun phrase. For example, in my job, I do marketing. I do marketing. So I do online marketing, for example. Or I do email marketing, for example. Or I do customer service, maybe. So if you don't know a verb that matches with your job title, you can use I do plus a noun phrase that explains simply your job. So what do you do? I do video editing, or I do sales. So these are just a few examples. Video editing. A few examples of noun phrases we can use with do to explain our responsibilities. Okay, someone says, I'm Cristiano Ronaldo. I don't believe you. Okay, I print 3D objects on a printer. Very nice, very specific. Okay, I do maintenance at my job. Great, okay. I do sales, says someone. Very nice. I sleep on the bed. Okay, is it your job? That sounds like a very nice job. Okay, others. I do sales service. Very nice. I do English classes. Okay, I do presentations to potential customers. Nice, potential customers. I do programming apps, sushio. So that one, if program is a verb, if you have a verb, it sounds good to use the verb form. I program apps, or swap it, I do app programming. You swap it if you want to use this version. Okay. Yes, Nelson in the YouTube chat says, can't you make things instead of do? Yes, you can. If your job requires you to create something. So like maybe websites, for example. You could say, like, I make noun phrase, yes. So if your job is a very, very creative one, your responsibilities are to actually create things, you can use make. So for example, I make websites, or I make videos on the internet, and so on. If your job requires you to actually create something, you can use make. Do is used for activities. So these are all kind of activities. We're not really creating something here. These are things they're activities only. There's nothing like new being made. So yes, you can use make here. That's the difference between do and make. Someone says, I do empanadas. Okay, maybe I make empanadas. That's a great example. That sounds so good, empanadas. I'm on board with that. Okay. I teach physics. Okay. So again, if you have a verb, like up here, a verb that matches your job, you don't need to use do. Just use do if you have, if you're not sure which verb to use, or if you have kind of a specific activity. I do meditation guides. Oh, that's interesting. That's cool. Others. I make websites, says Camila. Nice. Okay. I do work in a warehouse. Okay. Nice ones. Excellent examples, everybody. Fantastic. Okay, so with that, I'm going to take one more break, and then we're going to talk about some expressions you can use to share your opinions and to share your goals about your job. So let's take a quick break. Earlier, I said I would show you, where did it go? There it is. I said I would show you this. So before, during the first break, I showed you this Business English PDF. But on the back of it, I showed you like these meeting related phrases. I did not show you the first time though, this part right in the middle. This part is the job titles section. So here, this is kind of a good introduction to some very common job titles in English from like the top level over here, so president, for example, and like executive level, down to like manager and assistant manager, and so on. So these are kind of some good, I think, job titles that you can remember when you're introducing yourself, as in, I'm an assistant manager at Google, I don't know, whatever that is. And when you're introducing your colleagues. So this is my colleague, Risa. She's an assistant manager at Apple or something like that. So this is good to know for meetings as well when you meet other people too. So introducing yourself, introducing other people, and meeting other people. So if you want a quick list of job titles, please check out the Business English PDF. You can find this from the link below the video on YouTube or above the video on Facebook. Bianca, yes, you do need an active account to download the PDF. If you do not have an account, you can make a free account and download this stuff for free. So please check it out if you are interested. Okay, with that, let's finish up today's lesson, the last part of today's lesson. If you're just joining us, today's topic is how to talk about your jobs. And if you have not already, please make sure to like and share the video so other learners can find today's lesson. Okay, can I please repeat the pronunciation? Colleagues, colleagues. Lots of people ask, like, what's the difference between colleague and coworker? In American English, we use coworker a lot more often. Coworker, or more casually, work buddy, maybe work buddy or work friend, my friend at work. But colleague tends to sound a little more formal than coworker. Colleague and coworker. Okay, so let's continue to the last part of today's lesson, sharing your opinions, sharing your goals. So if you have met someone in a casual setting, so you're getting a drink or having a cup of coffee, it's kind of laid back, it's casual. You want to talk about your job. What do you think about your job? If you are happy with your job, like you want to express these positive things, you can use something like this. The pay is good and our team is great. The pay is good and our team is great. So pay means how much money you get. So you can say the money is good. That sounds okay. I would say I prefer to say pay when talking about money. Like, how's the pay? Oh, it's pretty good pay or not much pay. That refers to how much money you receive for your job. So the pay is good. The pay is good and our team is great. So in this case, the speaker thinks the money at the job is good and the other people are good. So the pay is good and our team is great. If your job is a very busy job, but you want to say something positive, you might try, I'm busy, but I'm learning a lot. I'm busy, but I'm learning a lot. Here you'll notice we're using the progressive tense. I'm busy, but I'm learning a lot. So this shows this is happening now, continuing to learn. I'm busy, but I'm learning a lot. Can't you say the payment is good, Nelson? No, we would not say the payment is good. Payment is used more in like contracts a little bit. So like, please make your payment at the bank, for example. We don't use payment to talk about our opinions for money we receive at jobs. Okay, another example is, I like the work. I like the work, but the pay isn't great. I like the work, but the pay isn't great. So again, we're using pay. The pay isn't great. The pay is not good in this case. Here, also a question, why is this the here? I like the work. Like, why isn't it like I like work? This the means I like the work at that specific job. I like this job's work. So the responsibilities at this job's work. I like the work. So we have to use this article, the, here. I like the work, but the pay isn't great. Okay, a couple other examples then. The marker. A couple other examples. Actually, we talked about one of them, similar to this one. I'm looking for a job. You could say, I'm looking for a new job. I'm looking for a new job. So maybe you're not happy in your job now. I'm looking for a new job. Key point here is new, a new job, or I'm looking for a different job. Okay, another point, another one you can use is, it's not what I want to do. It's not what I want to do. It's not what I want to do. So this means it is. This means my job now. It is not what I want to do. This means my job now is not my long-term goal. That's not the job I want to do in the future. It's not what I want to do. Okay, is that my cue to stop? Well, the chat is covered.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I think I have to finish up there for today's lesson. So these are a couple of expressions you can use to share your opinion about your job. Okay, we have to finish up there for this week. So thank you very much for sending lots of excellent example sentences about your job titles and your job responsibilities. Fantastic job. Okay, if you have any questions, please send them in the chat or in the comments after this. I will take a look at the comments and try to answer somehow. So we have to finish for today, for this week's lesson. Next week, we will be back again. Next week will be Wednesday, May 8th. Sorry, that should be TH. May 8th, how to use English at school. English at school. So I want to make this lesson will be yes, good for students, I think, but also to express your education a little bit. So we touched on this one. I'm studying for a degree. We'll use some of these vocabulary words in next week's lesson. So please join us 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is New York City time. Please join us to talk about using English at school for education. I will wrap up there. So thank you to everyone who joined us live this week. Thank you so much for liking and for sharing the video. We really appreciate it. Also, please do not forget to go and get your free stuff from the link below the video on YouTube or above the video on Facebook. Check it out and good luck with your studies. All right, we'll finish there for today. Enjoy the rest of your week and we'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.